you still looking at me? Why you still 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 at me?
What is good, YouTube? This is DP and I'm back at it with another Anthem video. In today's video, we're just going to be talking about some news that we just found out about a day or 2 days ago about Anthem. Now, anyway, let's get down to the news. BioWare is already looking into the content release for post-launch when Anthem release. They are already working on those things. And mind you, the game just hit gold. If you don't know what I mean, that's basically when the game is polished, it's good to go. Now they just have to like send all the codes and all the merchandise to the vendor for them to release the game when the game release date is available. So they achieved that milestone already, which is great. And now they're already talking about working on new content post-launch when the game release. Is that a good thing? Yes, that's definitely good. But also, is it bad? Because guys, why are you doing that? Rather just wait for the Anthem to release first and kind of see what the game is or how the public receive the game. Then you can focus on other stuff instead of just pushing ahead and working on other stuff when you don't know how the community will receive Anthem. Yeah, right now everything looks great. The same thing happened with Destiny. People were hyped for Destiny. You played the demo, you were excited, wanting the game to come out, and then the game came out to be a huge mess. Nobody knew what happened. Nobody knew what happened behind the scenes. The Division was the same thing. You know, there's a lot of things going on. So for them to actually push away and focus on new content where they could be focusing on the game right now, it's just one man opinion. I mean, a lot of you guys probably already have your own opinion, your own thought. Like, first of all, the demo was crappy. People don't want to be criticized, and people don't want people to criticize BioWare because it's BioWare. You can talk about EA but not BioWare. I mean, EA and BioWare, they kind of work together. So, you know, VIP demo was shit. The idea of them actually changing the economy for the VIP demo, I really think, for the demo in general, I really think was a bad idea, was a bad move, because that doesn't represent what final product of the game is, which is actually what is supposed to sell people on buying the game. The demo was supposed to be a selling point for those who kind of who's skeptical about getting Anthem. But for you to kind of like do that, tune down the economy, the balance of the game, just so you can appeal to certain player base, it's not really gonna work for those who actually want to see your game and play it, because they're not really getting the full perspective of the game. Rather, they're getting whatever it is that you're giving them, and then it's nothing like the actual game. So really, there's no way they can base an opinion on that. And I mean, if you want to say they did it because it's too short, yeah, no, everybody has like 20, not everyone has time putting 24 hours in the game. It's kind of BioWare's fault. That's their doing. They did it on purpose for for pre-order reasons. You know that. So don't play dumb. Let's get on to the news. But let's get back to the BioWare producer. His name is like Sila Costa or something like that. Apparently they teased some kind of post-launch content in development already for Anthem. And here is what he had to say about it. So there are a lot of things coming post-launch. We have many different teams who have been working on that stuff for a few weeks already. They are already working. So before the game hit go, they were already having team working on post-launch content for Anthem, when they could have been focusing on those things for the game. So you can see different cosmetic items, different creatures, maybe a new region to explore. You will have different events, different weather state. Anthem is a dynamic world. If you have rain right now, it is applied to your jet. You can fly for longer as it is cooling down your jet. You can use electricity and therefore create large effects. Try to imagine that we can create different weather states and apply that, so not only are new parts of the world going to behave differently, but all parts of the world as well. If it is days or night, some creature might show up or might be more powerful. We can play with all of those variations and create a new narrative for the game. All of that is a really good idea. You know, it's a good concept thinking about it. Everything that he's saying, that, you know, well, during the nighttime we can add like new type of monster that might be stronger, act differently, or might just be weaker but only appear at night, and those things can be tied to different kind of quests. That's just me putting my thought into it. It's a good thing. That's definitely another thing that I say, you know, if they're already looking at that, it's great. But I can't stress it enough, man. If you guys are already looking at creating content for Anthem, which is a good news for those who are excited for the game like me, what does that tell us about the game that's coming? Will we have enough content for Anthem on release for those few weeks until this stuff drop, or is it going to be a count and dry after a week and then you guys are already working on this because you know what's going to happen? Are you anticipating people to kind of burn out of what you have available so far? On point, though, when we release the game, we have stuff in the back of our head that's coming for you. Instead of you guys waiting 3, 4, 6 months for content to drop, we have it back to back. Since they say it's free, they also talk about PvP. As you probably already aware of that, as you probably already know, Anthem will not be focusing on PvP. The entire focus is on PvE, but it's not impossible for them to add PvP in Anthem, because right now he said on the interview that they were looking into PvP, but they will see the feedback that they get from the community on that subject. It depends on what we tell them that we want, then they will go ahead and give us a PvP or not. I don't have any problem with PvP. The only problem I have with PvP is whenever they nerf stuff on PvP that affect PvE, then that's where my problem is. But if BioWare can do it to where anything they do on PvP doesn't affect the stats or the weapon experience on PvE, well then I don't have any problem. They can add that and do whatever they want with the PvP mode. That's the only demand I have. If they were to do something like that, I know it might be hard, but then that will kind of reward both sides of the coin, because certain players like to play PvP, certain players like to play PvE. Not everybody some like both, not everybody like neither one. If you look at a game like Destiny, every time there is a PvP mode and a weapon that's performing super good on that department, once Bungie go nerf that stuff affect PvE, and those people who don't play PvP getting affected with the weapon that they love playing in PvE, even though there really is nothing that the weapon is doing bad in the PvE side of the game. But since it's outperforming other gun on PvP, Bungie goes in and nerfed it, and that affected PvE side. Damn, that's a lot of PvP, PvE, PvP. you get the point. Too much stuff. Anyway, let's get back to the video. Yeah, like I was saying, so if they can do that, that would be great. If they can separate the two to where each nerf or buff or anything they do between the two departments doesn't affect one another, then I guarantee you that people will be fine with it. You can nerf the shit out of whatever you want on PvP. Go ahead and do it, but be smart about it. Separate the two to where the stat doesn't freaking affect one another. Kind of like how Warframe does it. Warframe PvP sucks, but you see how they have it separate, right? I think Anthem can do something like that, but better. So that's all for the video, you guys. Alright guys, I'm just gonna ask you a favor. Go ahead and rate, comment, subscribe if you like or learn something new and would like to see more. Go ahead and just subscribe. Just do it. Okay? Subscribe. Peace out.